What's up, guys? Back right now, going to do the Leagues of Votann and World Eaters faction focuses. So first, we're going to go ahead and jump into the Leagues of Votann. New army, only been out a little bit of time, so see how much they change on this. Coming down, Leagues of Votann army roll. Eye of the Ancestors. If your army faction is Leagues of Votann, each time an enemy unit destroys a League of Votann unit from your army, that enemy unit gains 1 judgment token. The enemy unit can never have more than 2 judgment tokens. Any further judgment tokens a unit would gain beyond this are ignored. Alright, so max at 2 instead of 3 on judgment tokens, and they only get it for destroying units. Before they got it for doing actions, they got it for... You could give it to them for being on objectives. Your calls could just pick them. I mean, maybe calls will still be able to do that. We'll see. But so it looks like they're eliminating the ways you can give out tokens and the amount you can give out. Each time a model from your army with this ability makes an attack that targets a unit that has 1 or more judgment tokens, until that model's attacks have been resolved, apply the relevant bonus from the table below to that attack. 1, +1 to hit. 2, add 1 to the hit roll and 1 to the wound roll. Alright, so this is way nerfed. This isn't nearly as good as the current Votann rules. So this is a major drop in power for Votann. I know a lot of stuff's been dropping in power, but this is, in my opinion, might be, if not the biggest, one of the biggest hits so far. Let's see what their detachment rules. Ruthless Efficiency. At the start of the battle, select 1 unit from your opponent's army. That unit starts the battle with 2 judgment tokens. Okay, that's good. That helps a little. If at the start of any of your command phases that enemy unit is destroyed, you gain a number of CP depending on how early in the battle you destroyed it, as shown below. You only gain CP in this way once per battle, and CP gained in this way are an exemption to the core rules that limit the maximum number of CP you can gain per battle round to 1. Alright. If you destroy it by the start of your first or second command phase, so basically if your opponent went first and somebody destroyed it on their turn, that's the only way you destroy it before your first command phase. So basically you have to kill it in the first turn to get 3 CPs. If you kill it on turn 2 or turn 3, basically you get 2 CP. If you kill it on turn 4, you'll get 1 CP. Alright, that's okay. So basically you could choose to give it on something you think you can kill early, either something easy to kill or something you think they have to push. Or you put it on something you really are going to need help killing but might survive longer and you just don't worry about getting as much CP. That's not bad. So they show us the Hearthkin Warriors. So a 5-inch move, T5, 4-up save, 1 wound, leadership 7, objective control 2. That's alright. I'll talk pattern bolt pistol. 12-inch range, 1 attack, 4 up to hit, strength 4, AP 0, 1 damage. Alright, so they're hitting on 4s, it looks like. Yeah, so they're really hitting Votann. I really hope they drop the points as well to compensate for what they're doing to their rules. Auto pattern bolter, 24-inch range, 2 attacks, 4 up to hit, strength 4, AP 0, 1 damage. The plasma beamer has sustained hits D3 now. I don't see any other special rules on it, so I'm guessing it's going to lose the actual beam ability. It's 18-inch range, 1 attack, hitting on 4s, strength 8, neg 3, 2 damage. But I guess they're giving everything 4 up to hit because they're planning on you getting judgment tokens handed out a lot to get +1 to hit. So they don't want all this stuff hitting on 2s. So you really need to get those judgment tokens out to get them at the capacity I think Games Workshop is figuring they'll be at most of the time. So then the Ectocarn Plasma Pistol, 6-inch range, 1 attack, 4 up to hit, strength 8, neg 3, 2 damage. High Las Auto Rifle Assault, Rapid Fire 3. Alright, so the High Las looks like it got better. Because before I think it was just 3 shots. So now it's assault, you can advance and shoot it, and at 12 inches you're going to get 6 shots instead of 3. Hitting on 4, strength 6, neg 1 damage, but solid. Highlights rotary, heavy, sustained hits 1, 24-inch range, 6 shots. Highlights rotary cannon. That's what's on the bikes. I didn't. So maybe they're getting some stuff so that they can actually take this, because I don't think they could take this before. So 6 attacks, 5 up to hit, strength 6, neg 1 damage. So sustained hits 1, on 6s to hit, you'll be doing 1 extra hit. So heavy, if you're stationary, get +1. And if they have a judging token, you get +1, but you can't stack +1. So this will never be hitting on better than a 4-up. So that's really not that great. Ion Blaster, 18-inch range, 1 shot, 4 up to hit, strength 5, neg 2, 1 damage. It's okay. Ion Pistol, 12-inch range, strength, or 1 attack, 4 up to hit, strength 5, neg 2, 1 damage. These used to be 2 damage, so looks like their AP stayed the same, but their damage went down. So that's big. I also have a missile launcher. Blast has the blast keyword. 24-inch range, D6 shots, 4 up to hit, strength 4, AP 0, 1 damage. And then the focused is 24 inches, 1 shot, 4 up to hit, strength 9, neg 2, D6. This does not have heavy, so you will be needing to get the judgment tokens to get hitting on 3s. Magna Rail Rifle, devastating wounds heavy. So it's still going to be 6s to wound, are still going to be doing mortals. 18-inch range. Well, they didn't do mortals before, but they basically did mortals before. 1 attack, 5 up to hit, strength 12, neg 3, D3 plus 3 damage. Alright, so this will never hitting on better than 4s. And if you have to move the unit and you don't have a judgment token out, you're going to be hitting on 5s. So they really hit the Magna Rail pretty hard. Combat weapons, melee, close combat weapon, 1 attack, 4 up to hit, strength 4, AP 0, 1 damage. Kin melee weapon, 2 attacks, 4 up to hit, strength 5, neg 2, 2 damage. I'm assuming that's going to be replacing the plasma swords and axes and stuff that your sergeants had. I have the Ancestors. Luck has, need keep, toil earns. At the end of your command phase, if this unit is within range of objective mark you control, that objective mark remains under your control, even if you have no models within range of it, until your opponent controls at the start or end of any turn. Alright, sticky objectives, so that's good. So that can be real useful. Pantrex Scanner, ranged weapons equipped on models of bearer's unit have the ignores cover ability. Alright, so that still does that. Comms Array, each time you target the bearer's unit with a stratagem, roll 1d6. On a 5+, you gain 1 CP. That's alright. Medipack, models of the bearer's unit have the Feel No Pain 6-up ability. Alright, so no more ignoring the first failed save, and we'll see if they're still able to bring models back. Weafield Crest, the bearer has a 4 interval save, so that'll still just be on the sergeants. Although, I'm not sure sergeants in a Hearthkin Warrior units could take that before. So if so, that might be an upgrade. So I don't like they're going to BS4. You're really relying on those judgment tokens now. And BS5. So other than that, the rest of it seems fairly solid. Here's the Hackathon. So move 10, T12, 2 up save, 16 wounds, leadership 7, technical 5. About what I would expect after what we saw them do with the Land Raider and stuff. Let's see what they do with their shooting. Alright, so he also went to 4s to hit. So the Cyclic Ion Cannon, D6 plus 3 shots. Hits on 4, strength 9, neg 2, 2 damage. Alright, that's solid. Heavy Magna Rail, devastating wounds heavy. 30-inch range, 1 attack, 4 up to hit. Strength 18, neg 4, d6 plus 6 damage. Alright, so this can be hitting on 3s if you're stationary, or if judgment token, so that's a little better. Hackathon Warhead, Blast, Indirect Fire, 1 shot. 1 shot weapons, not really a big fan of. 36 inches, D6 plus 3 shots. 4 up to hit, strength 7, neg 2, 2 damage. I mean, the profile's okay, but just 1 shot isn't great. Mater Autocannon, 24-inch range, 6 shots. Hits on 4, strength 7, neg 1, 2 damage. I believe that's pretty much the same as it is now, other than your ballistic skill's worse. Conversion Beamer, SP Heavy Conversion Beamer, Conversion, Sustained Hits D3. 24-inch range, 2 shots, 4 up to hit, Strength 10, -2/4 damage. Each time attack is made with this weapon, if the target is more than 12 inches from the bearer, an unmodified successful hit roll of 4+ scores a critical hit. Alright, so if they're more than 12 inches away on 4s, you're getting D3 extra hits. Alright, so that's not bad. I like that better than... We didn't have anything like that on the other beamer, right? On the plasma beamer. Nope. So just the heavy. Just the heavy conversion beamer. Alright, so that's not bad. Especially since if you give it rerolls, most of the time you're hitting on 4s anyway, so you reroll anything that's not a 4. Twin bolt cannon, sustained hits 1, twin linked, 36-inch range, 3 shots, 4 up to hit, strength 6, -1/2 damage, and twin bolt cannon. I believe it had, I don't know if it tells us, it had 12 bolt cannon shots before. If it's got 4 twin bolt cannons, then this is fine. If it's no, because there are ones. Yes, it looks like you're going down to 6 shots from 12 from the bolt cannons, but you're getting sustained. So bolt cannons aren't quite as good. Twin ion beamer, sustained hits D3 twin linked, 18-inch range, 3 shots, 4+ to hit, strength 7, -2/1 damage. Alright, so both of these lost shots and gain this type of sustained hits, but they are both rerolling wounds. Alright, ballistic skills hurt. The twin linked isn't great, but the rest of it looks solid. Armored wheels, 6 attacks, 4 up to hit, strength 8, AP 0/1 damage. Yep, much better than what it was doing now, hitting on 6s. Blows up D6 for D6 mortals within 6 inches. Fire support. In your shooting phase, after this model says shot, select one enemy unit scored 1 or more hits against this phase. So a hit doesn't actually have to wound, it's just a hit. Till the end of the phase, each time a friendly model that disembarked from this transport this turn makes an attack that targets that enemy unit, can reroll the wound roll. Alright, so that's useful. You pop a squad of Hearthguard or something out of this, just put out a bunch of shots. After the transport shoots, you get to reroll wounds. Scanner again, ignore cover. Once he gets down to 5 wounds, -1 hit. Alright, not too bad. Other than their main army rule, Eye of the Ancestors, got really hit hard. Everything else, just if you can get the judgment tokens out, once you start taking some damage, they'll be fine. But early game, other than the one unit you get to pick, you're probably going to be a little less reliable with the ballistic skills you're getting, unless Calls can hand them out, or there's other ways that we're not seeing in the faction focus to hand out judgment tokens early. Weapon Spotlight, they're giving us the SP Conversion Beamer. Conversion sustains hits D3. 24-inch range, 1 attack, 4 hit, strength 7, -1/3 damage. It also has a 12 inches, outside of 12 inches, 4 up scores critical hits. So that's going to be on the Conversion Beamers, not the Plasma or Ion Beamers. So that's okay. And then Stratagem Reactive Reprisal. Your opponent's shooting phase, just after an enemy unit that has 1 or more judgment tokens has resolved its attacks. 1 leagues a Votann unit from your army that was selected as the target of 1 or more of the attacking unit's attacks. Your Leagues of Votann unit can shoot as if it were your shooting phase, but it must target the enemy unit that just attacked it. It can only do so if the enemy unit is an eligible target. So this is a solid strat. It's just you have to have the judgment tokens out, which is the way it works now, which is always... It's tough. Sometimes it'd be nice if you just do this to anybody, but there's a lot of stuff limiting judgment tokens, and you're limited on how many and how you hand them out now. I think that if they tie too much of the army's rules to people having to have judgment tokens, I don't know how effective Votann are going to be coming out. Alright, so a little worried about them tying too much stuff to judgment tokens, with also restricting how they can be handed out, but we'll wait for the index to see if there's more ways to hand out the tokens. If not, that was going to be it's going to be some rough sledding for the Votann. Alright, so we're going to now roll into the World Leaders. If I was going to play Chaos, I would play World Leaders. If I was going to play Chaos Marines. I love combat. That's why I play my Space Wolves. Uh, so let's see what the Corn Berserkers can give us here. Let's see what they... World Leaders Army rule is Blessings of Corn. If your army faction is World Leaders, at the start of the battle round, you can make a Blessings of Corn roll. To do so, roll 8d6. You can use those dice to activate up to 2 Blessings of Corn from the Blessings of Corn list. Each Blessing of Corn specifies the dice results it requires. Where a number is specified, a double or triple of that value or higher is required. You can only activate each Blessing of Corn once per battle round. Any unused dice for the Blessing of Corn roll are then discarded. Once activated, each Blessing of Corn applies to all units of your army with this ability until the end of the battle round. Alright, so you don't do it on one unit, it'll apply to everything, and it's the start of each battle round. Alright, so it's 8 dice, so you'll always have at least one double, because if you roll 6 dice, you get 1 through 6, you got 2 extras, you're going to have at least one double. So, and you can choose 1 up to 2. Alright, so you'll have at least, well, you should have at least 2 doubles every time. Or you should have 2 doubles, or you could possibly have 2 doubles or 1 triple is guaranteed every time. So you can add 2 into the move characteristics models and the units, or models in the unit have the Feel No Pain 6+ ability. If models in the unit already have a Feel No Pain ability, add 1 to their Feel No Pain rolls. Alright, so you should be able to choose one of these every turn, no matter what. So that's solid extra movement and Feel No Pain. Alright, so then if you get double 3s, melee weapons equipped with models unit has sustained hits 1. Alright, yeah, if you're putting out a bunch of attacks, sustained hits is solid. A double 4 or any triple. Each time a model in this unit is destroyed by a melee attack, if that model has not fought this phase, roll 1d6 on a 4+. Do not remove it from play. The destroyed model can fight after the attacking model has finished attacking, and then is removed from play. Alright, that's solid. And it's not just double 4s, it's any triple, so there is a good chance of you getting this most times. Not guaranteed, but there is a good chance. Double 5 or any triple, also with a triple, this is something. Alright, so these 3, oh no, this not ignore that one. So these 2, you should have a chance of most turns. One of the 2. Melee weapons equipped models of unit have the lethal hits ability. Alright, so 6s hit are going to auto wound there. And then if you can get double 6s or triple 4s, this unit is able to declare a charge in a turn in which it's advanced. Alright, this is a really good one, but you got to get double 6s or triple 4s. So these 2, you have a good chance of getting most turns, and these 2, you will absolutely be able to choose at least one of these each turn. Alright, that's solid. Overall, that's not horrible. It's a little swingy. You don't know what you're going to get, but most of the buffs are solid. So some people, you're going to get the buff you need every time you need it. Other people, you're always going to get the one you don't need. That's just the luck of the dice. You know which side of that you fall on. Then they're giving us Corn Berserkers. Good. This is the main World Leader unit. Movement 6, Toughness 4, 3 up save, 2 wounds, Leadership 6, Objective Control 2. Alright. Nothing shocking or outstanding there. That's just pretty standard. Bolt pistol, 12-inch range, 1 attack, 3 up to hit, strength 4, AP 0, 1 damage. Plasma pistol. Has a pistol. If you overcharge it, it gets hazardous. 12-inch range, 1 attack, 3 up to hit, strength 7 goes to 8 if you overcharge, neg 2 to neg 3 if you overcharge, 1 to 2 damage if you overcharge. Combat weapons, Berserker Chainblade, 4 attacks, 3 up to hit, strength 5, neg 1, 1 damage. Corn Eviscerator, 3 attacks, 3 up to hit, strength 8, neg 2, 2 damage. Alright, they normally put out a lot of attacks. Oh, we're 4 and 3, so that's a decent amount of attacks. We'll see if they get any kind of buffs. Normally, Corn has some way to buff their number of attacks, but we'll see if they get that. And then they got over here Blood Surge. Each time an enemy unit is selected to shoot, after that unit has finished making its attacks, if any models from this unit were destroyed as a result of those attacks, This unit can make a Blood Surge move. To do so, roll 1d6. This unit can be moved a number of inches up to the result, but this unit must finish that move as close as possible to the closest enemy unit, excluding aircraft. When doing so, these models can be moved within engagement range of that enemy unit. A unit cannot make a Blood Surge move while it is battle shocked. Ooh, that's solid. So, if you shoot them, they can move. If any model, so if they lose a model, they can choose to. So they don't have to, which is nice. Roll a d6 and move, and have the potential to move into engagement range. So in your turn, you shoot them. They say they can only do it once. Each time an enemy is selected to shoot after the unit is finished making its attacks, any models you destroyed. I don't see it saying they can only make this move once per turn. So if they have like a big or if they have like a big unit of these, and you're trying to whittle them down with, like, you got to put something in them hard, otherwise they're just coming towards you and you possibly engage something. All right, so not like a solid rule, and something your opponent definitely has to pay attention to. And you definitely possibly move towards people and get onto objectives. So that's definitely something your opponent has to take into consideration before they just start shooting at your berserkers. Icon of Corn. Each time you make a Blessing of Corn roll, if the bear's unit is with a range and objective marker you control, you can roll one of the dice. Oh, that's nice. Help you try to get one of the results you want. All right, that's a solid little rule. Depends on how much the icon is, but no complaints about that. Angron. Okay. Movement 14, toughness 11, 2 up save, 16 wounds, leadership 5, 6 objective control. All right, T11. He's almost as tough as a Land Raider. So then melee weapons, Somnarius and Spine Grinder. The strike is 8 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 16, -4 d6 plus 2 damage. And then the sweep is going to be 18 attacks, 2 up to hit, strength 8, -2 2 damage. Alright, that's solid. That's decent. Then Deadly Demise blows up d6. He has Deep Strike, Blessings of Corn, Reborn in Blood. Each time you make a Blessing of Corn roll, this model is destroyed. You can use a 666 from that roll to use this ability. If you do so, this model is no longer destroyed and is placed in reserve with its full wounds remaining. Oh, whoa. Each time you make a Blessing of Corn roll, if this model is destroyed, you can use a 666 from that roll to use this ability. If you do, this model is no longer destroyed, is placed in reserve with its full wounds remaining. Dude, that is not, I mean, that's not something you can count on, but you're rolling 8 dice. Like, if he dies early, like, there's a good chance you're getting him back. Especially with the, if you use some berserkers to let you re-roll dice, like, that's really solid. Wrathful Presence, to start your charge phase, select one Wrathful Presence ability to the left until the start of your next charge phase. Model has this ability. Once he's down to 6 wounds, you reroll one, subtract 1 from his hit rolls. Alright, so you get to choose one of these in the charge phase. Alright, your charge phase. Glorious Bloodletting. While a friendly World Eater's unit is within 6 inches of the model, each time you charge roll a manipulator, you add one of the rolls. So +1 to charge, it's okay. +2 would have been great. Infectious Rage Aura. While a friendly World Eater's unit that is below its starting strength is within 6 inches of this model, add 1 to the attack characteristics of melee weapons equipped by models in that unit. For the purpose of this ability, if the unit has a starting strength of 1, it's considered below its starting strength, it's lost 1 or more wounds. Alright, so if your unit's taking any damage and they're near him, +1 attack. And obviously he'll be giving this to himself. Righteous Slaughter. Aura. While a friendly World Eater's unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time it makes an attack, you reroll the hit roll. Alright, so you can choose +1 to charge, +1 attack for damaged units, or reroll hits. Alright, that's solid. I mean, he's a combat beast, and then the fact that you have the chance to bring him back, like, the rest of this is really just gravy on top of that. Dude, that would be devastating. You can put everything in, kill Angron, boom. Then a turn 2 later, he's right back in the game, deep striking in. Yeah, because you do the Blessed Corner roll at the start of the battle round, so then once you get to your movement phase, he's in reserve, so you can bring him back that same turn. that you roll the double six or the triple sixes. And he's got a 4 pinball save. All right, that's. I mean, if I was a World Eaters player, I would be really excited about that. Then they give us a weapon spotlight, a Demon Gorge Cannon, Blast, 18-inch range, attacks D6, 3 up to hit, strength 14, neg 4, D6 plus 2 damage. That's pretty solid. That's good strength, good damage, good AP. Random D6 shots, that's the only downside. Alright, that is what it is. Blast, so if you're shooting big stuff, you get some guaranteed attacks that'll help with the D6 damage. Then we got a stratagem here, Blood Offering for the Berserker Warband. I'm assuming that's the detachment. When any phase, target one World Eaters unit from your army that was just destroyed while it was within range of an objective marker you controlled. You can use this stratagem on that unit even though it was just destroyed. That objective marker remains under your control even if you have no models within range of it until your opponent controls it at the start or end of any turn. Alright, so you're on an objective marker. They're shooting your unit off, but they have no way to get to it this turn. You spend 1 CP. You keep control of it going into your turn, and you get those extra points for primary. That's really good. That makes trading and sacrificing, blocking people off objectives, making them shoot like. That's a really solid. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. All right, so World Eaters, I would be really excited if I was a World Eaters player. I think this is pretty dang good. I'd be much happier as a World Eater player than I would be as a Votann player right now. So that's that. I'm going to probably try to get into some more videos later this evening, and then I'll see you guys then. Bye.